Hey guys, welcome to week 2, sociocultural aspects of injury risk and injury response. Hope you guys had a good week back and are excited to move forward in this class as well as your other classes, and I hope you're excited about your clinical rotations for the spring semester as we really get started into the content. So this week's content really focuses on how society, whether that be local society, like the student athletes' friends, teammates, their athletic trainer, their coaching staff, and external society, so the media, the community, the nation as a whole. How does society at a local and a larger level affect injury risk, and how the athlete is going to respond to an injury when it does happen? So one main concept that I want you to focus on, and you'll read about it in the chapter, is the sport ethic. So this ethic is how society views and what society's criteria is for what it takes to be an athlete today in today's society. And how does that sport ethic contribute to the risk of that athlete getting hurt and how they're going to respond once they do get hurt. So 4 main normative behaviors make up the sport ethic. The first one is the athlete is expected to make sacrifices. So sacrifice his or her body, sacrifice at times his or her emotional state or mental state in order to win the game or in order to perform well on the court or on the field. Second, the athlete is expected to strive for distinction. So no matter what, strive to be great, strive to win the game, the trophy, the national championship, whatever it is, regardless of any other circumstances like an injury. The third is to play with pain. So the athlete is expected, if they have a grade 2 ankle sprain, to return to play because the team and winning is arguably more important than the athlete. And then the fourth is to accept no obstacles. So that same athlete with the ankle sprain may have a decrease in function, but the sport ethic tells us that it doesn't matter, we need to get him back and we need to win the contest. So the second concept that the chapter is going to focus on and that I want you to think about at your clinical sites is the concept of underconforming and overconforming athletes. So if you have an underconformer, this is the student athlete that walks in the athletic training room and you can't get him to do any rehab. They don't buy into the rehab program. They're not articulate about their injury. They say they're fine. They don't want anything to do with the athletic trainer's role in the injury response. Those are your underconformers. Now, on the other end of the spectrum is overconformers. These are the athletes that are always in the athletic training room with something new, whether that be an actual pathology or something they need to talk about or something that perhaps doesn't even exist, but they are overconforming to the process. They are doing more and more rehab than they need to be doing. They won't take any time off. So those are your overconformers. And the book will go on to show you as the athletic trainer some psychosocial strategies or interventions, for example, patient education, goal setting, imagery, in order to cope with an underconformer and an overconformer. So with that being said, at clinical this week, and this is not an assignment, it's just something that I want you to be aware of and make note of. After reading the chapter and doing your assignment, I want you to think about a couple things with this sport ethic. The first is, how do you react when an athlete over-reports pain? Are you calm? Are you frustrated? Do you make them feel like their pain isn't there? I just want you to make note of how your response and your behavior maybe contributes to their injury response in the future. Second, how do you react when a coach pressures you to return to play? Do you stand up for yourself? Does the preceptor at your site stand up for the athlete? Or are they truly pressured to return to play? Because that really plays into the sport ethic as well. The third thing I want you to think about at clinical is, how do you handle multiple injured athletes in the athletic training facility if you're understaffed? If you have 12 track athletes that need to be evaluated, but you also have pre-practice treatments and pre-practice taping, do you have 30 minutes to evaluate anybody? Do you have 30 minutes to get everyone out, all 12. So how do you handle, and how does your preceptor handle an overload? And how does that response, either yes, I do have time and I give everyone individualized care, or no, I'm just trying to get people out the door, how does that play into the sport ethic? So moving forward, really excited about this chapter. Please reach out if you have questions. In this week 2 module, you will see a additional resources folder. They came out with several patient-rated outcome measures to actually measure if you have an underconforming or overconforming athlete. So if you want to, again, optional, definitely not mandatory, but if you want to, take a look at those patient-rated outcome measures in that first article that I posted. Use them at your clinical site, see what you think. And looking forward to talking with you Tuesday morning.